Hello students. In this lecture of automobile engineering of unit number 3 and point number 3.3, we will learn about wheel cylinder, master cylinder and tandem cylinder. In the previous presentation, we have learned about braking system, types of braking system like disc brake, drum brake, hydraulic brake, air brake. Now, in this presentation, we will learn about different cylinders that are used in braking system. In this picture, you will see the braking system. At the center, you will see there is a location of master cylinder. This master cylinder is having connection with the 4 brakes, out of which two are the disc brakes at the front and other 2 are the drum brakes at the back or rear wheels. So let us see the contents that we are going to learn in this presentation. Number 1 is we will learn about what is wheel cylinder. Next is master cylinder. Next that we will learn about tandem cylinder, and last topic that we will learn about significance and general procedure of bleeding of brakes. Before learning, let us revise working of the brake. In this picture, you will see again there is a location of master cylinder which is connected to the wheel cylinder through the lines, brake lines, to the brake lines to the front wheel as well as the rear wheel. How this brake work? When we step on the brake pedal, the plunger is pushed into the master cylinder. Hydraulic fluid is forced through a series of tubes to the braking unit. Brake shoe in a drum brake and calipers in a disc brake are pushed against drum and piston, causing wheel to stop. Accordingly, this is a simple brake system. Number 1 indicate master cylinder, which contains a piston assembly and brake fluid. Number 2 indicates here brake fluid, which transfers the hydraulic pressure. Number 3 here you will see brake lines and hoses, which carries the brake fluid to the brake assemblies. Number 4 indicates disc brake assembly, includes caliper, pads and rotor. And number 5, drum brake assembly includes shoes, wheel cylinder and drum. This is another sketch of the brake system in which you will see the location of master cylinder, which is connected to the brake pedal, and is master cylinder connected to the wheel cylinder with the help of braking line. So what is master cylinder? Master cylinder is just a simple piston inside a cylinder. This is a sketch of this is a picture of a wheel cylinder, and this is a picture, the same picture that is in the detail form you will see at the center spring. This is a picture of a wheel cylinder. What is happening in this system? When the pedal is depressed, the piston of the master cylinder is forced into the cylinder and the entire system turns to a pressure system. Immediately, the piston of the wheel cylinder slides outward, which moves the brake shoes to stop the rotating drum. When the pedal is released, the return spring of the master cylinder moves the piston back to its original position. So this spring at the center plays the important role which moves the piston back to its original position. Let us see details about the wheel cylinder. This is a picture of the wheel cylinder. A wheel cylinder is a component of a hydraulic brake system, hydraulic drum brake system. It is located in each wheel and is usually positioned at the top of the wheel above the shoes. So this is the location of the wheel cylinder. It is positioned at the top of the wheel above the shoes. Its function is to exert a force onto the shoes so as to bring them into contact with the drum and stop the vehicle with a friction. It comprises a housing made from grey cast iron, or in case of newer models, aluminum, which is more lightweight. The wheel cylinder consists of cylinder that has 2 pistons, one on each side. Each piston has a rubber seal and a shaft that connects the piston with the brake shoe. When the brake pressure is applied, the pistons are forced out, pushing the shoes in contact with the drum. Wheel cylinders used to made of cast iron. The wheel cylinder must force apart the brake shoes and press them against the brake drum. This generates friction and the wheel is decelerated. This happens every time the driver presses on the brake pedal. Pressing on the brake pedal generates a hydraulic pressure in the master brake cylinder, which is transmitted to the wheel cylinder in the brake fluid via the brake lines. The wheel cylinder, the hydraulic pressure acts on the piston, which then exerts mechanical pressure on the brake shoes. This is a sketch of the master cylinder. You will see here at the top there is a fluid reservoir which is connected to the primary piston assembly and secondary piston assembly. You will see the fluid level sensor at the bottom of this fluid reservoir. So at the below to this fluid reservoir there is a complete location, or there is a cylinder which is, we can say it is a master cylinder. To increase safety, most modern car brake systems are broken into two circuits with two wheels on each circuit. If a fluid leak occurs in one circuit, only two of the wheels will lose their brakes and your car will still be able to stop when you press the brake pedal. So in such type of situation, this type of master cylinder is used with the two wheels on each circuit, means it is having two hydraulic circuits. The master cylinder supplies pressure to both the circuits of the car. It is a remarkable device that uses two pistons in the same cylinder in a way that makes the cylinder relatively fail-safe. The combination valve warns the driver if there is a problem with the brake system and also does a few more things to make your car safer to drive. So this is a picture of the master cylinder. In this figure, we'll see the plastic tank you see is the brake fluid reservoir, the master cylinder's brake fluid source. The electrical connection is a sensor that triggers a warning light when the brake fluid gets low. This is a complete sketch of a brake system using a master cylinder assembly as well as wheel cylinder assembly. You will see at the center, this part is a master cylinder assembly. You will see brake fluid reservoir, then master cylinder, it is connected to this brake fluid reservoir, which further connected to the brake caliper pistons here, which is called as a wheel cylinder, which controls or gives brakes to this rotor or brake disc. So this is the figure which is indicating both the master cylinder assembly as well as the brake wheel cylinder assembly. What is inside the master cylinder, you will see here. There is a primary piston, there is a secondary piston, primary reservoir, secondary reservoir. This primary piston is connected to pedal. Then you will see there is springs and brake lines. How is the master cylinder work in action? When you press the brake pedal, it pushes on the primary piston through the linkage. Pressure builds in the cylinder and lines as the brake pedal is depressed further. The pressure between the primary and secondary piston forces the secondary piston to compress the fluid in its circuit. If the brakes are operating properly, the pressure will be the same in both the circuits. If there is a leak in one of the circuit, that circuit will not be able to maintain pressure. When the first circuit leaks, the pressure between the primary and secondary cylinder is lost. This causes the primary cylinder to contract and secondary cylinder contact the secondary cylinder. Now the master cylinder behaves as if it has only one piston. The second circuit will function normally, but the driver will have to press the pedal further to activate it. Since only two wheels have pressure, the braking power will be severely reduced. Let us see types of master cylinder. Number 1, single circuit master cylinder, and number 2, tandem master cylinder or dual circuit master cylinder. In single circuit master cylinder distributes equal force in all the wheels due to the use of single cylinder, single piston or a circuit. So it has single circuit single cylinder, single piston. In case of tandem master cylinder is the modified type of master cylinder in which dual cylinder, dual piston or single cylinder, dual piston along with the dual circuit is used for independent braking between the front and rear wheels. It provides the independency between front and rear wheels braking or diagonal type of braking, which is important safety feature for the vehicle. Single circuit master cylinder is mainly used in two-wheelers like Bajaj Pulsar, TVS Apache, while many lightweight vehicles like e-rickshaws are also using this type of master cylinder. And tandem master cylinder is widely used in almost all cars equipped with hydraulic braking system. So what is a single circuit hydraulic drum brake system? You will see 4 wheels having the drum brakes, and which is connected to the master cylinder. Master cylinder is connected to the pedal. Single circuit brake use a single system of brake lines all connected together, actuated by piston within the brake system's master cylinder. When the brake pedal is applied, the piston is pushed into the master cylinder, which will transfer the pressure evenly to each of the four drum brakes. Why automakers switch to dual circuit drum brake system? You will see this picture, front wheels and rear wheels, but the circuit is divided into two circuits. This master cylinder, we will see green color and blue color. A dual circuit brake system uses separate brake circuit for front and rear brake drums, acting as a kind of redundancy to avoid total brake loss. So this is a circuit, dual circuit drum or disc brake system. At the front you will see disc brake, and the back you will see drum brake. Both are connected to this master cylinder by using combination valve. So separate circuits, dual circuits. In a dual circuit brake system, the front hydraulic lines and brake components are completely isolated from the rears. That means if the front brake suffered a catastrophic pressure loss, the driver could still rely on the rear brakes to bring the vehicle to stop, or vice versa. Next topic that we will learn, that is called brake bleeding. The process of removing air from hydraulic brake system is called bleeding. Air is compressible, and any air in the system will compress during brake application, causing a spongy pedal. When bleeding brakes, using the proper sequence is recommended. Hence, it saves time and ensures that the entire system is bleed. The usual procedure is to bleed the component in the following sequence. First is master cylinder, then combination valve, and then wheel cylinders and calipers in succession, beginning with the longest brake line and ending with the shortest. On most vehicles, the sequence will be the right rear, left rear, right front, left front. This may or may not be correct for every vehicle. The best advice is to be bleeding sequence manual, to refer the bleeding sequence manual. Doing so, you may actually find a sequence to do. There are 4 most common methods of bleeding. Number 1, gravity bleeding. Number 2, manual bleeding, pressure bleeding, and vacuum bleeding. The gravity method simply lets the fluid run down into the caliper wheel cylinders. Master bleeding is the most commonly used method. The master cylinder and the brake pedal are used as a pump to cause fluid to flow through an open bleeder screw. This fluid flow should flush air out. Manual bleeding should be performed smoothly so as to create turbulence in the fluid, which causes foaming. Foaming fluid contains teeny air bubbles that are very hard to remove. Pressure bleeding normally uses a pressurized tank or brake fluid to cause fluid to flow through the bleeder screws. Pressure bleeding has the advantage of being a one-man operation and is an effective method of removing air and flushing the hydraulic circuits. Vacuum bleeding uses a pump to pull fluid and air out of the bleeder screw. It is fairly simple and is an effective operation. So these are the references. You can have more information from these links. Thank you very much.